I have been trying for 3 years to get my blood sugar, blood pressure under control and reduce my weight. And in 1 week on the reset, I've already got those results. Hello, sexy people. I'm so excited for today's conversation with Tony. Now, Tony's just completed our 21-day primal body reset, and Tony had amazing results. I know that you're going to love Tony's story, so stay tuned. It's going to be a good one. So, Tony, let's start off. I'd love to know a little bit about you and a little bit about your background.
Hi, I'm Tony. I'm based in Leicester. I originally from London, Harlesden, moved to Leicester in 95. I was part of a computer operating IT based working in a bank. I worked for Gyro Bank and was taken over by Alliance in Leicester, and I moved to Leicester and I love it here.
Yeah. Great. And that's how I met you as well,
Mm.
through a property event in Leicester that I was speaking at, and you were there. So
Mm.
what was life like before you joined the reset? How were you feeling about your health?
I was frustrated really because I like I like food, and the food that I was eating, I was under the illusion was healthy food, and my blood sugar level was not within range. And what happened was, while eating and exercising, I found that my blood sugar level and my blood pressure was still high, and I just got frustrated. So for 2.5 years, I've been going to the gym nearly every day, exercising, but I was maintaining my weight, but not my blood sugar levels.
Mm.
And I was just taking medication. But when I take too much, it makes me ill,
Mm.
violently ill. So I'd cut down on it with the doctor's permission. We've changed medication over a period of time, but I was still feeling ill. And then, I don't know, I just met you and what you said just resonated. And I thought, right, this is what I need to do. And so I went into it 100%. And within
You
4 days, Monday, by Thursday, I think I noted in your workbook that my blood sugar level was within range. And by Saturday, the indicators were all green, and just not believe it. So, yeah, that happened, and I was over the moon.
yeah. And I suppose the thing is, it's so simple when you know how,
Mm.
because you were eating a specific way, trying to be healthy. And give us an idea of what your blood sugar was like. In fact, I've got it here, haven't I?
It was
That it was
between
18.
17 to 18, or
Yeah,
just
yeah,
waking up on that on a daily basis was frustrating and not knowing what to do. Yes, I could take medication, but then I'd be ill, feeling ill. So I just decided this was the right course for me, and it's worked for me. And with the group that we were in, that was encouragement in itself to keep on track. If you understand what I mean, they put recipes in there. They were my accountability.
yeah,
And yeah, we did well. We all did well.
yeah. It just makes you know there is something in this. This is
Mm.
the way that we humans are designed to eat, because every single person was over the age of 40. We had age ranges from 40 all the way up to just under 70. And
Mm.
those, we all know that as you get older, it can be more challenging to lose weight and to get healthier. And every single person lost weight and saw health improvement. So we're just absolutely flying high. But
Win-win all round.
yeah, It was. So were you nervous, Tony, about trying this? Because
That's not at all. Not at all. I I had, I don't know, I had this premonition that this would work for me. It may not work for everyone, but I knew this would work for me, and it has.
yeah, that is brilliant. And did you know when I talked to the property group, I did mention about we've got this primal body reset coming up,
So
and I said it was all about primal eating. Eat
mm,
like your ancestors, feel like a warrior.
now
Which you,
that was that was like a deja vu moment where I paid attention. You were
mm,
talking about property, and I was there for the property, and yes, I was interested. But once did the primal eating, that's where I says, I've been here before.
mm,
And that's when I said to myself, yes, that's what I wanted to do. And
yeah,
then you came out with it a few weeks, like maybe a month later. And I thought, right,
mm.
this is it. This is what I'm going for.
Brilliant. So, did you know what primal eating was?
No,
Uh,
not
yeah.
at all. Not at all.
Okay. That's that's interesting that you had a lot of conviction before
Mm,
you knew the details.
yeah.
So, what were the first few days like? You're on this new thing, primal eating. You didn't know what it was before. To tell us.
That's it. I struggled because didn't read the workbook. So my wife was helping me. But that first week, I was saying, oh, I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to eat. Oh, I'm supposed to eat meat. No fruits, I know that. No bread, no rice, no wheat. Yeah, okay. But I didn't really know what else. But I'm just going along with this. This is going to work. So don't worry. Don't worry about anything. But I didn't feel hungry. It just by eating the meat, I didn't feel hungry. So there wasn't these hunger pangs like, what am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? And then we had cheese. And then I found out we could drink milk, but I wasn't sure. And I just worked it out as we went along. Read the workbook. That's basically what I should have done. And it was only after started did I go into the workbook and start filling out all the details. And I thought, oh, this would have been so easy. So I'm going on the 90-day challenge, and I'm going to have my recipe. Well, I'm going to have my meal schedule for at least the first month planned. So I'll know what I'm eating as soon as we start.
Yeah. Great. So, oh, I didn't know that because you've been so good at completing the workbook.
Mm,
So, and the workbook's got all the details about exactly what to eat, why we should eat this way, and all of that. So, you went back
yeah,
and read that after the
I read
first
that.
few days.
Yeah,
So, how did you get those amazing results in the first few days if you weren't sure?
because I wasn't eating. I was sticking to the plan. No sugar. That's because if you note in the early days, all I said was challenges: sugar, sugar, sugar.
Yes, yes,
That
yeah,
was the challenge, but no, no carbs, no nothing. And as soon as I stopped eating the carbs, the weight just started to fall instantly. It's still falling, so
yeah,
it's still working.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm
So when
happy.
you say Tony, sugar, 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 do you mean that you were having sugar cravings?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Oh, you went off screen that time, Tone.
Oh, okay, my alarm went off. Sorry. God,
Oh, right, okay.
God.
So what I was saying, when you said sugar, 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 do you mean you were having sugar cravings?
No, I was trying to avoid sugar. That
Mm,
so I was actually reading the labels for the first time in my life
mm.
while I was shopping before I ate something. Read it, but even though it doesn't say there is sugar, since we ordered our CGM monitors,
Hmm.
I've eaten things which has spiked my blood sugar level, but there isn't a mention of sugar on there. So I just know to be careful what I eat, or maybe it's the order they eat it in. I don't know.
Well, it's a bit of both, but both sugar and starch.
Mm.
Starch is just another word for sugar. It's a
Yeah.
different kind of sugar, but it's still sugar. So sometimes if you can't see sugar, it'll be a type of starch. And just like
Mm.
there's lots of words for sugar, there's lots of words for starch. But that's why having the CGM, the continuous glucose monitor, is so handy, because you can see what your
Mm.
blood glucose is doing all day. And we use those on this reset as well. So, Tone, people might be
Mm.
listening and thinking, but what do you eat, as you were thinking at the beginning? So tell us what a typical day of eating looked like for you that took your blood sugars from 18
Right.
within less than a week to under 6.
Right. Scrambled eggs, pork belly, chicken, cheese,
Mm.
water. The first week I didn't read, I only drank milk once because I found sugar in it. So I thought, oh, I shouldn't have. So,
Mm.
but it was mainly water I drank for the first week. And then I
Mm.
put in the workbook, oh, come on, what else can I drink? Because I can't just drink water all the time. So
Mm.
you guys said put a bit of lemon in it and then stuff like that. What else should I eat? But I was full. So,
Mm.
oh, and I was following some of the recipes. So we had sausage, it was a bacon broth I had. And what I'm going to do is go back for that first week, because that first week was one of the best results, and eat in the order that
Yeah.
I ate originally, and see what the results are from there. Because I had carbs one day while I was on holiday. No, I had it twice while I was on holiday, and it spikes, and it takes a bit of time before it actually goes back down to normal. And I'm so disappointed with myself because the indicators were all green, and then
Yeah.
I was 95% within range for a few days, and then by me having carbs, it it spiked into the yellow, and
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed. But you have to work hard to get it back
Yeah.
to the green, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It takes time. But just want to ask you again, can you tell people what kind of meals you had? You listed some of the foods that you had.
mm,
So, for example, somebody's listening thinking, well, what do I have for breakfast? What did you
right.
have?
For breakfast, you can have mushrooms, scrambled eggs, and bacon. Now, or even chicken. But I found that if you eat the meat first, you are not hungry for the whole day. It's like, okay, I wasn't hungry, but I went to the gym this morning. So I had some pork belly this morning,
Mhm.
and I know I'm not going to feel hungry until late this afternoon.
Yeah.
But I have noticed an increase in strength and endurance when at the gym.
Since you've gone low carb.
Yeah. And I haven't used any pre-workout. The only thing I've had is a double espresso, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. Brilliant. And that, coffee,
Mm.
is fine.
Yeah.
Some people find that they react badly to coffee, and some people find that coffee's okay for them. So coffee is
Mm.
allowed, and tea and water.
Mm.
And so tell us now, I teased your results that your blood sugar came right down, your
Mm.
blood pressure
Mm.
came right down,
Mm.
and people think that blood pressure is to do with salt. No, 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 no,
Yes.
no. It's to
Isn't it?
No, it's to do with sugar. When your blood sugar comes down, your blood pressure comes down.
Right.
And diabetics are much, much, much more likely to
Hmm.
have high blood pressure
Yeah.
because obviously they have a high blood sugar.
Right.
So, were there any meals that you especially hated?
No. 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 I only eat the things that I like.
Yeah,
So I'm not going to punish myself with things that I don't like or I don't enjoy,
yeah.
because I've sat up opposite people who are on a diet and they are so angry. Why? I can't, I think, why would I put myself through that? No, no, no. I eat the things I enjoy, and there isn't anything that you guys have, even in the group, that I would say, oh, I wouldn't eat.
Yeah,
Okay, boiled carrots, I don't, I can't.
yeah.
But even then, no, there was nothing in the group that was that you guys recipes that I would say nothing.
Yeah. And just to add, there's no boiled carrots that we're recommending.
Yeah, I just think I just mentioned that because that is one thing.
You
Even
don't like.
okay, oh,
Well, let's dive further into your results. We talked about the blood sugar, blood pressure.
mm.
Just talk to us about what changed for you, how you felt then compared with now.
I feel stronger. Well, I can only go on what's happening in the gym. I'm
Mhm.
just so much stronger, but it's not that you feel it, it's when you do it, the endurance, the strength. It's just really enjoyable to actually say, oh, right, okay, I know I can do this. So yeah, I'm doing it.
And Tone, are you open to sharing your age?
I'm 60 years old.
And
And
wow.
I'm just so happy. It's like I, I've done it all. I've lived my life. Now it's time to enjoy it. Just whatever happens, like, oh, I don't know. Something happens and you think to yourself, I've been here before. I'm all right. I'm happy. I'm happy. And losing the weight, losing the body measurements, high blood pressure. I had my blood pressure spiked recently and I thought, don't worry about it. It's going down. It's gone down before. I know what I need to do. So I'm all right with it. My blood sugar spiked because I took some carbs. I know eventually it'll go down, but it's a life-changing experience. It's a game changer.
Yeah, it is a game changer. What I love about what you just said, Tony, is what gives you the peace of mind is that you're in control.
Mm,
Before,
yeah,
if you didn't know what your blood sugar was doing or how to get it down, it's like, what do I do? I'm doing everything right. What do I
yeah,
do? But now you know, whatever you eat or whatever you choose to eat, you know that if you want to change your blood sugar, bring it down or bring your blood pressure down, you know exactly what to eat and that it satisfies you
that's it.
and makes you feel
Absolutely.
stronger at 60.
Yes, it has 60. Yeah.
So tell us about the other results because you've mentioned weight loss and inch loss. So
Mm,
tell us, in just 21 days, eating primal, what was your results?
oh, God.
I've got it
Do you know
here.
what?
Yeah.
They're good because I normally write everything down, but I haven't got anything in front of me. So I've lost a lot. I know I've lost 4 centimeters in my stomach, I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
I've lost maybe 2 centimeters on my
Yeah.
chest. I've lost or on my hips, maybe a centimeter or so, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Arms, can't remember my arms. My leg, right, it's just 4 centimeters or so on my legs. I didn't put it down, but yeah,
Yeah.
4 centimeters. But yeah, but it was almost effortless. It was just there. I call it flow. That's what happened. It just flowed. Everything flowed.
Yeah. That's why we get so excited about this way of eating, because normally you go on a so-called diet, you starve yourself, you feel like you're rejecting yourself, you cannot stay on it. Whereas this one, you can lose weight, feel satisfied, as you said, for the whole day. You don't feel like you're missing anything.
Yeah.
And you lose weight while you're doing it. So it's so sustainable. And did you get any feedback from family, friends? Because I know halfway through this, or after the first week, you then went on holiday to Dubai, where you had
Well,
these crazy foods being offered to you day and night, 24/7.
the best way to explain that you're on this diet and you've got this monitor so that you can check what you're eating affects your blood sugar levels. So once you can display that, to show that to people, I think they begin to understand why I'm doing it. But the weight loss and because I couldn't see it to start off with. It was people in the gym saying my face
Yeah.
has gone in. And goes, yeah, I'm doing this diet and it's so effortless. But they said, nah, I can't. I need my carbs because they're in the gym. They feel they need their carbs and that's the only way forward. Whereas I haven't had any carbs, but I feel stronger and they've noticed a difference. So it's up to them whether they take it or not.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've had people are noticing you've had the blood pressure, blood sugar, the weight loss. Oh, sorry, it was 2.5 kilograms, 5.5 pounds in the 3 weeks, as well as 4 centimeters from your waist, etc. Tell us
Yeah.
what other things, other benefits you noticed during the 3 weeks.
It just works well.
Yeah, the energy, I suppose, the
Oh,
strength,
yeah.
the brain, the
Oh,
thinking.
I've got ADHD, so I don't even think, and I take medication with it. I don't even, I'm still I'm still going into a room, not remembering what I've always been like that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe by the time we do this 90-day challenge,
Yes.
that I will see I may need longer because of my condition in order to, you know.
See those benefits.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
And people who are doing it long term, like we are, I think you see certain results in weeks, you see other results in months. And the longer you carry on, the more results you
Mm.
see. Uh,
Okay. Because I've tried diets before and I've always felt a bit weak and
mm,
a bit weak and sluggish because I'm, I don't know. But this one, no, I haven't felt any of that.
yeah.
I did think a bit, I think, oh, that's it. The first 3 days, it's not a headache. It's more, I don't know, heavy-headed or yeah, a bit it's not pain, it's more, and it's not a headache. I can't explain it. I've tried to explain it, but it, no, I
Well,
don't explain.
they call it the keto flu when you're withdrawing from, a heavy carb diet
Hmm.
the first few days. That's what they call it.
Okay.
But because in this one we're including small amounts of low carb and low oxalate vegetables, I think that helps people get through.
Yeah, but it was only I'd say for the first few days,
Yeah.
but then it kind of faded, or I just didn't know. I can't tell you when it faded, but I just knew what one day I didn't have it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good. That's good. And what's one thing you learned that you didn't expect, Tony?
One thing that I can lose weight quite easily. My blood sugar level went down so quickly in comparison to what I was expecting.
Yeah.
And then getting this CGM monitor, absolute game changer, because you can monitor, you're more aware of your body. And sometimes you can even, I don't know, can you feel weight actually leaving your body? I don't know. It just, you feel lighter, like you're running up the stairs,
Yeah.
running up the
Yeah.
stairs. I like it. I feel
Well,
free. I feel free.
oh, that's a great word for it.
Mhm.
And I think what people don't realize is that carbohydrates, for every 1 gram of carbohydrates, it soaks up 4 grams of water that's required to digest it. And also it gives a lot of inflammation. So it pops your body out and swells your body up. And
Mm.
so when you stop eating the carbs, you lose the external signs of inflammation, that puffiness, and you lose the internal signs of inflammation, which sometimes can be like joint pain and things like that.
That's it. I haven't got any of that. That's
Yeah.
another thing I totally forgot. No joint pains.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. And I know you had, just looking at what before, I know you said indigestion, gas, bloating.
Yeah. None of that. I haven't had that since we started.
Yeah. And you said fatigue.
Yeah.
Uh,
None of
yeah,
that.
joint pain, brain
Mm,
fog, the brain's working on, but the
mm,
rest is gone,
mm. Yeah.
which is amazing. What would you say, Tony, if someone was curious but scared to try it? And I'll just give you an example of some of the things people say. They
Go on.
say, oh, I couldn't eat so much meat, or I couldn't eat only meat,
Mhm.
or another common one that your friend said to you, I couldn't do without
My
bread.
carbs. Yeah.
Yeah, my carbs.
Yeah.
What would you
Right.
say to them?
Okay. My wife's a vegetarian. So I'd say for 25 years, when we first met, I didn't used to eat any veg. It was
Mm.
just meat and potatoes, meat and rice, gravy. And then I've been eating, well, hardly used to eat meat, funny enough, but I've taken to it in a big way. And I've noticed the difference. And if you eat the meat first, you're less hungry. And being less hungry, you're not eating massive amount of meat because you're full. You basically, you could have the same amount of meat that you have morning, noon, and night. But if you eat the meat first, that's it. You don't, it's not a massive amount of meat that you're eating, but you are eating meat and you're not having rice, pasta, wheat, which are I now know are the fillers to your meal. And that's what makes you hungry. And
Yeah.
I'm no longer hungry.
It's so funny, isn't it, when you realize that
Mm,
it's these foods that you just
mm,
mentioned, the rice, the pasta, the others, that actually stimulate your appetite. So if you have a
mm,
steak with all of the other bits and pieces, the fries, the veg, all of the
mm.
rest of it, they stimulate you to eat more than if
Yes,
you were just having, say, a steak with prawns, or steak with a bit of cheese on it, or steak with an egg.
you're
You
right.
likely eat less, but you
Yeah.
feel It's not so much fuller in the stomach stretched out way. It's fuller in the sort of satisfied, I'm satisfied, I don't want to eat
Yeah.
anything else kind of way.
Yeah. And your mind isn't even on food.
Yeah.
It, it's like you've eat, you have to say to yourself, oh, I haven't eaten all day. I
Yeah.
better eat something now. So you eat, but then you're not overeating. That's it. I don't think any of us in the group ever wrote that we've overeaten.
Mm.
We haven't, we just don't. We're satisfied. And sometimes we even stop. Sometimes in the group, they say, oh, I didn't even finish my meal. And
Yeah.
yeah, and you have the leftovers the day after.
Yes.
Yeah, 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 that's what we did.
Yeah. No, it's a revelation for those of us who've struggled for years, decades, and could not get on top of our weight or other health issues.
Mm.
Tony, I know that you joined this. We spent this 3 weeks together, and you probably well, were you expecting the results that you got?
No, I wasn't. But as I said in the group, once you've seen it, you cannot unsee it or unfeel what you're feeling. You just have to go with it. It's a life-changing experience. And what we've all said in the group, it's a game changer. It is.
Yeah, yeah.
It is.
And I love your motto here in the workbooks is I decide every meal, every choice, every
Yeah.
day moves me closer to my authentic self.
Yeah.
And I love that because that's absolutely what we believe as
Mm.
well.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And do you know what you write these things, okay? But you're caught up in the moment, the emotion, and you're thinking, I'm writing this, but it must be the way I'm really feeling. Because you start to be more in tune with your body when you eat, when you're just before you eat something, even if you haven't read the packet and it looks healthy, your intuition kicks in and tells you, oh, you shouldn't eat this. But you ignore it and you do it. And then you learn in hindsight what your body is actually telling you. That's what I've learned.
Yes. And I definitely think with primal eating, because we're now focusing on eating real foods,
Mhm.
our body understands the food that we're giving it. It's
Mm.
no longer a mixture of chemicals masquerading as food. So you feel so much more. That was another one of the feedback in the WhatsApp group that kept coming up that people said, I feel so much more in tune with
Mm.
my body and what I
It's
need.
true. It's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Tony, it's been incredible to have this conversation. It's been phenomenal to have you as part of our 21-day primal body reset. And we're so excited that you joined the 90-day primal body
Yeah.
accelerator
Yep.
to
It
really
was
go on.
no, it was a no-brainer. If I can achieve this in 21 days, can you imagine what we can achieve in 90 days? Because the group is accountable. We're accountable to that group. So yeah, I says, yeah, I'm definitely doing it.
Yeah.
And I'd
And
like to thank you and Nikki for all your help. You've always been there in the group. You've answered all our questions. It's just amazing. It was the support within that group was just amazing.
oh, thank you, Tony.
You're so welcome.
It's been amazing to support you all. And we're evangelical about sharing the message because
Mm.
so many of us have, I don't think there's anybody who hasn't got aunties, uncles, grandparents,
Yeah.
or even worse, younger members of the family, nieces or nephews
Yeah.
who've got type 2 diabetes, or who are very overweight, or who've got high blood pressure, or whatever the aspect of the metabolic syndrome, they've
Mhm.
got diseases which can be totally reversed, which their doctor will never ever tell them. So it's great to be able to share the word and the experience and the results with you, and for you to share it with your nearest and dearest as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Brilliant. Well, thanks, Tony. It's been great to have you on. Really appreciate you giving your time. So, as we wind up today, what advice would you give for anybody who's maybe in your situation, Tony? They have type 2 diabetes, they have a high blood pressure, and they would love to get both of them under control.
I would say try it. You don't know until you try it. But once you've tried it, it will change your life. It's a game changer, an absolute game changer.
Absolutely agree, of course. And
Yeah.
this is something that you can, of course, try on your own. That is the beauty of it. You just change what you eat. And for
Mm.
those of you who would like the support of joining a 21-day reset or a 90-day reset, do DM us the
Do
word,
it. Do
yeah,
it.
do DM us the word 21 or 90, and
Mm.
we'll send you all the details. We would love to support you to get the
Mm.
result that you want. Okay. Thanks,
All right.
Tony.
You take care of yourself, and I'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, you hang on there a minute, Tone.
Okay.
And thank you for watching and for listening. And what I want you to take away from Tony's is, if you or someone you know do forward this video onto them, they may not know that you can totally reverse high blood sugar and high blood pressure simply with food. Their
Mm.
doctor may never have told them. So thank you for watching, sexy people, and we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.
Bye.